Welcome to Ghoulish Gab. Always spooky, always under 7 minutes. Took us 6, 7 weeks to even mention the Human Centipede. Here we are. All right. Now I think most people, horror fans, are at least familiar with this movie and the premise of it, even if they haven't watched it before. It came out about 15 years ago. The Human Centipede did.
It's a
How
bit
many?
insane. It's a bit insane to think about that was that long ago.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. How many times have you seen it?
Three.
Okay, you might have me beat because I think I've only seen it two, maybe three. I feel like it's one of those things you watch it and then maybe there's somebody, one or two people you have to show it to, and once they've all seen it, you're done with it.
The second time was because I had to show somebody else. The
Mhm.
third time was because I was in a room where there were a bunch of people that hadn't seen. The third time was not my choice at all.
Yeah, right. Did you watch the sequels?
Just the second one. Is there more than one sequel?
There's a third one, and that one was just too much, even for me. So you're fine. You're fine. So I have a couple little things I was looking at on IMDb in regards to the movie. Before we're going to discuss our all-star horror movie Human Centipede lineups in a moment. But so I guess this isn't shocking. Director Tom Six showed a drawing of the Human Centipede to all the actresses who showed up to the casting sessions. Many of them walked out in disgust after discovering what the role really entailed.
Hell
How do you
yes.
pitch this role to someone without spoiling that part? I
You
don't
can't, you
know.
have to spoil that part because you're going to be putting them in such an uncomfortable situation. If you're any sort of a good person, you have to make them aware of it from the get-go.
This guy's probably not a good person.
No,
I
I'm
shouldn't say
guessing,
that. Who
yeah.
knows?
But it's still like letting them know right off the bat rather than hiring them and then having them show up and being by the way, ass to mouth right now.
Yeah. When the this one's fun. When the Toronto Underground Cinema showed this film, there was a centipede deal where if you bought two tickets, you got the third one for free. Famously, Roger Ebert refused to assign this film a rating, not to be confused with 0 stars, but he wouldn't even give it zero.
It's like, nope, I'm out. I'm out.
No.
I don't want my name associated with this at all. And now it's associated because he wouldn't rate it.
Another nice thing, the actors playing in the centipede were given massages at the end of every day due to being on their hands and knees so much during filming.
See, he was upfront about what a human centipede was going to be, and he got the massages. That doesn't sound terrible. I know
No.
nothing about the director. I know nothing.
All right. All-star horror human centipede. Any horror people you can put into that human centipede to make the movie more interesting. Who is
So
in the front?
it wasn't to make it more interesting. It's just all I could think of is that I wanted to put horror characters that I absolutely despised in this situation.
Good.
So my first human centipede I made was with Patrick Bateman,
Hmm.
John Doe from Seven, and
Okay.
Dolores Umbridge from the Harry Potter movies. She's the end. She gets twice the shit.
She's the end. Okay, so now this is just me trying to make an entertaining movie, or let's just say a more entertaining movie. So in the front, I'm either gonna have I need to have somebody who can make jokes. And at first I was like, oh, Freddy Krueger, this would be interesting. But then I was like, no, we're gonna go with the leprechaun, but also because he's little and the other people in it are not going to be as little. So there's the front. Okay. The middle, now I kind of struggled with this because you do want to start putting people you really dislike in there. But for the sake of entertainment, I'm putting the invisible man in the middle so that you don't even see. You see the leprechaun.
Which
Yeah,
version of Invisible Man? The Kevin Bacon one?
Oh, yeah, it wouldn't even matter. It'd be, I guess every now and then they'd kind of come back into reality, but this is just for entertainment's sake. At the end, I want something really gross. So I was entertaining like, Brundlefly or even like the mother from Barbarian, because I thought that would be great. But what I settled on, a little less gross but still slimy, is a xenomorph, but it's the little mouth that's sewn on.
I thought about putting a xenomorph in mine just because I was thinking it'd be funny because it'd be happy, and then you just think it's like in.
Yeah. But you have that big head and then just the little mouth. And it's just going to be, and then you have the invisible man. So you've got the little mouth essentially just bound and gagged to the invisible man.
Well,
What about a,
I had another one of like
okay,
you said the first person you put the leprechaun on there because he has to give jokes. My second human centipede I made of Candyman,
okay,
Lucille Sharp from Crimson Peaks because I hate her,
okay,
and then I ended it with Annie Wilkes from
misery.
Misery because I hate her. But and I think it's funny that a woman that constantly says "dirty birdie" would be the end of a human centipede. But then if you put Candyman in the front, you got bees in the equation.
Ooh,
Bees.
that's good too. We're just about out of time. Imagine a kaiju human centipede too, with like Godzilla, King Kong, and Mothra.
I'm
I don't know
in.
who would do all the sewing, but somebody would be employed full time for that. Put in the comments below who you would think would make a great all-star horror human centipede, or tell us, your thoughts on the movie.